With so many great games coming out daily, spread amongst an almost endless sea of platforms, you could be forgiven for getting a bit lost in the sauce, as truthfully, there are just so many games out there to be played and only a finite amount of time to do so, but never fear, Omega is here. Yo, what's going on, gamers and YouTubers? It's your guy Tooodamngolden, and I want to welcome you to Omega Gaming's flagship program, Countdown Central, where every week we count down the latest and greatest, best and worst of all things video games. And today we're going to be counting down 5 amazing games that you should be playing right now in 2025. And kicking things off for us today is Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which is the newest title featured today, but it is well deserving of its position as Sega's latest and most ambitious foray into the Yakuza-verse sees you playing as series staple Goro Majima, who has been stranded on an island called Rich Island after losing your memory. And naturally, of course, you become the captain of a crew of pirates, set out in search of an ancient pirate ship that is believed to house immeasurable treasure, and somehow this is supposed to help you recover your memory. Yeah. But as over the top and silly as the basic plot sound, guys, this is truly a fun spin-off of Yakuza through and through, with it having a nice mix of intense battles both aboard your ship and on land, using that classic Yakuza beat-em-up control scheme and bringing that patented over-the-top Yakuza-verse story to the forefront in probably the most straightforward and direct entry into the franchise. And while the pirate battles to be had are nowhere near as epic as those found in Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
Ready to fire, sir! Fire! That's with the most
it nonetheless does feel great to set sail across the Hawaiian seas while exploring the diverse locales from the bustling streets of Honolulu to the enigmatic Midlantis. This truly is a nicely composed, expansive open world experience, so you should join Majima and his electric crew on a quest filled with action, humor, and unforgettable moments. So coming in at number 4 is definitely one for our cozier gamers out there who crave a little action as well, as the once record-breaking Power World has turned into an absolutely must-play title, with new additions to gameplay like raid bosses and PvP combat that allows gamers to take 3 pals into action and live out your childhood Pokemon wet dreams. Although Power World, of course, is its own distinct entity that in no way, shape, or form was inspired by the aforementioned title. And my favorite new addition is a new beautifully designed area called Sakurajima Island that shows the continuous dedication of the folks over at Pocket Pair, who have kept up on their early promises to continue improving upon the game, so good on them for that. And guys, a certainly lot has changed with Power World since its launch, and all of it has been for the better in my opinion, and this is definitely deserving of a second look for those of you who may have stopped playing and good enough to be number 4 on the games you should be playing in 2025. Alright folks, so full transparency here, the title in at number 3, Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is probably one of my favorite games of the last decade, as its predecessor, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, was absolutely fire, and it was one of the most unique titles that I've come across in a long time. Now, Q Part 2, which picks up where the first left off and sees us reprising our role as Senua, a 9th century Orcadian warrior who finds herself washed ashore after the slave ship carrying her from Orkney to Iceland crash landed, and she continues her battle not only with the enemies in an effort to free her enslaved countrymen, but her ongoing struggles with psychosis as well. And guys, it is this psychosis that makes Hellblade 2 a true psychological horror, is while you attempt to navigate the lands of Midgard, completing puzzles and onslaught of enemies in this Nordic-inspired adventure, you will be hit with a barrage of haunting voices that only Senua can hear that provide an eerie undertone to the entire experience, with Melina Juergens crushing her role as the titular Senua once again, so a big shout out to her for that, which only adds more depth to this narrative journey as the character development in Senua is believable and well suited, and I love the element that her newfound interactions with actual other people have to offer. And truthfully guys, I could go on and on about this game, but I'll stop here and simply say that this is a very strong single player experience that I highly recommend. Alright guys, so I had to add some familiarity to this countdown for, you know, algorithmic purposes. But But make no mistake of it, Marvel Rivals is a very good game. And there are a lot of reasons why this NetEase developed hero shooter has overtaken the much maligned Overwatch 2 as the king of the genre, and it has most certainly taken the gaming world by, well, storm.
Really, nigga?
And this is due in large part to its fun, quick-paced action in a 6v6 admittedly Overwatch-inspired extravaganza, where gamers will use one of 35 Marvel characters in an effort to do things like push a payload, capture and hold control points, and stopping the opposing team from reaching their target destination. With very unique and on-brand abilities for each and every character, a very interesting team power-up mechanic, and well, the vast pool that is the Marvel IP to tap into, Marvel Rivals is poised to take over the hero shooter genre for now and the foreseeable future. And I'm just gonna leave it right there, guys. You already know what this one's about, so check out Marvel Rivals if you have not for some reason already done so. It really is a lot of fun. So just for a quick second, imagine if poker and roguelike had a baby and then that baby got absolutely cracked on multipliers and synergies. Well folks, that's essentially Boltro in a nutshell. It takes the classic card game you think you know, throws in wild jokers, game-breaking combos, and a one more run addiction that'll have you questioning your life choices at 3 AM. In this easy to learn, hard to master slogfest adventure, this certainly isn't your father's poker game, it's poker unhinged, where every run is a high-stakes puzzle, leaving you constantly hunting for that perfect deck to obliterate the blinds, and when it all clicks, oh, it clicks. So if you love strategy, combos, and watching numbers explode, then stop sleeping on Boltro. This game deals in the dopamine, and trust me, you absolutely want in. Alright folks, so that just about wraps up today's video. If you did enjoy, help us out guys, do me a big favor. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, share with a friend. Other than that, Countdown Central will be coming at you guys every single week, so be sure to stay tuned for that. As always, I am your host, Tooodamngolden, and thank you for joining Omega Gaming, the final gaming community you'll ever join.